Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everyone. We are here today in Minnesota. Bob and Brad. Mike is here naturally, and I hope everyone can hear us out there. Very good. Super duper.
You like saying Minnesota with a very Minnesotan accent.
Well, I'm working. Oh,
You were
look at
pulling
that.
a sled.
Yes, and I'm getting ready for the winter holiday season.
Oh, we are actually giving away something for 14 days starting November 23rd. It's called our 14 Days of Giving. That's this Sunday.
But it's not the same product every day.
No.
Every day they get a different product. One of our they're all our favorites,
And
actually.
right now it's showing how you can sign up on our website. Each day you can enter to try and win. And we have a whole array of products we are giving away, from massage guns to heating pads. What else? Eye massagers. I can't even keep up. There's too many things.
Yeah. Well, you just go to Bob and Brad, go to the giveaway section, and the one that's up will be the one that's given away. Sign up for it. There's no cost, no obligation, and maybe you'll win. It'll get shipped right to your house.
Yes, and let us know where you are watching from.
Lettuce. We're going to eat some lettuce.
Yes, let us eat some lettuce. Hopefully, we do not get any type of.
Today's live video:
stomach
seniors'
issues.
best exercises and balance tactics to avoid falls. In other words, you can have really good balance, but there's still things that will really promote a fall. And we're going to talk about those because they're actually more prevalent than the balance problem. We'll get into that in a little bit.
Another big product we have out now is the iMaster Pro. You can see on screen. You can see our countdown. We'll be live on camera then. It is available now on Amazon and at bobandbrad.com. However, inventory is running a little lower now. So if you order one, it may take a while to get delivered if you wait too long. So just make sure to check that out if you're interested in the massage chair as a Christmas present for someone, because it could take a while to get there.
Yeah, well, one way or another, it is a full life real massage. Sure goes to your
full life, full
well,
body.
yeah, the
It'll make
picture
you
is so
feel full of
small, it
life.
looks like a little teardrop. But yeah, you will fit in it, unless you're 8 foot tall. But it's really a diverse chair, and we all really enjoy it. Gets your feet, all the way in your calves, all the way up to the shoulders.
Can I say hi to people now?
Oh, yeah,
wow,
let's
I
see.
just popped out of a stocking there. Oh, interesting. We got Andrew from New Hampshire, Linda from Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Diane is from California. We got Marla. Good morning, Marla. We got Rhonda from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
We got Janet from Valdez. Janet Valdez from California. Sorry, I'm just confused.
Not Valdez.
San
from Alaska.
Indiana. Hello, Tracy from El Paso. Mary from Toronto, Canada.
Oh, good.
Boy, they're coming in. Hello, everyone. I'm a struggle keeping up with all these names. Hello, Judy, Maria, Janny. Janny, yeah. Sorry, we're kind of far away from our board. It's harder for us to read.
Well, yeah. You're young. Your eyes should be able to read
Utah.
that.
I don't even have glasses. I'm pretty good. We have Kasia from Poland. I hope I said your name right. I apologize, from Poland. I wonder what time it is in Poland right now. I've never been there. Oh, we got Chris from England. Hello, Chris.
People from across the pond. Very, very nice to have you people with us.
Jan from Wiley, Texas.
There you go.
Is that where Wile E. Coyote lives?
Oh, wow.
Oh, sorry, I had to.
Yeah, don't take it personally from Texas. It's Mike.
Rhonda. Yeah.
Linda from Reno. Yes.
Teresa is watching from.
How much time we got? Oh, we're almost ready for the countdown. Pay attention to this nice intro. We're talking about the Christmas season coming in, and you'll see it.
We got Bob from Boston.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Yeah, our microphones are still on every time you say that. Hello, we're here.
Yes, there now they can see us, and don't go away just because you're looking at me. It's a scary
before Brad
sight.
wants to point it out, yes, I have a mustache.
Look at that thing.
Glorious.
It's one of those stick-on ones. I'm going to tear it off halfway through. I'm going to grab it.
That would really hurt if
pull.
you pulled that out. Anyway, where were we on? I've forgotten. I got distracted by my mustache.
We're talking about exercises and balance tactics to avoid falls. We'll go through things in detail so you'll have everything well under your way for the winter season. Next week, just a little reminder, the information is how to stay relaxed, pain-free, and warm in the wintertime, 12 best options. And there'll be actually more than 12, but that'll be an interesting one, particularly if you want to get a gift for someone.
Yes, there's nice new shirt. Thank you. It's a half marathon shirt from lacrosse. It's called the Maple Leaf half. They're little maple leaves running.
There
Isn't
you
it
go.
pretty?
Yeah. People don't care about
As
that.
I said, nice shirt. Okay, so first we're going to get into some generalized tips of things you can do for outside and indoors, some tripping hazards that you may have that you're unaware of, and then we'll get into some actual balance exercises you can try later in the video.
Right, because I've looked up the statistics, and it's approximately half of falls that seniors have is not because they have poor balance. It's because of their surroundings, or the cane, or the walk, or maybe a rug. Maybe they're walking through a bunch of people at an event, and there's so much going on, they're not paying attention. They stumble on something, or somebody bumps them, loses their balance, and down they go. So we're going to give some strategies how to stay safe and upright with your balance as well as your surroundings, so that you can work through these things and be confident and comfortable.
Yeah, it's good tips because the holiday season's coming up with Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you're going to be around more people and outdoor doing winter activities. So,
well, I hope so. I hope we get some snow. I'd like to get out there and do a little cross-country skiing.
Someone said, Brad, your shirt is cute too.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's both it's you and
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah.
Cartoony.
Hey, well, look at these socks. These are they're St. Croix socks, and they got this golfing thing on. I wore these for Bob. I'm not a golfer, but Bob used to like the golf, so I'd get that in memory of Bob. So anyways, I got to put my shoes on for part of this, so I thought I'd expose it now.
Did you already talk about 50% of falls
Yeah,
happen?
I certainly
Okay,
did.
I
You weren't
thought you
listening.
did. I was listening. I was also reading
Mhm.
comments. People are commenting. on our
Yeah. We want to look at comments and see if we can answer some specific questions.
But first, I think we'll get into it because we don't have any questions pertaining to the topic at hand yet. Our first tip is outdoor things you can do to try to preventing falls.
So for our people in the South, this will not pertain to them unless you have some icy days, which does occur occasionally, I know.
Yeah, and our other countries where you get snow. Yeah, this is more per winter people. So the first thing we're going to talk about are specifically yak tracks is the ones you put over shoes.
Right.
They're
They're
very
actually
common.
like crampons.
There's a
Crampons
picture of it.
are more technically for people mountain climbing, getting up hills and whatnot, or mountains. These are specifically made for around normal residential areas, on icy sidewalks, whatever, hard packed snow. And I've worked with so many people over the last 25 years with hip fractures, knee problems, elbow, arm fractures as a result of slipping on the ice. And these are really made for that type of person, easy to put on. And if you look at it, do they have the picture so
I
they
just
can see it?
pulled it away, but we're actually going to show a video of it in a second.
Oh,
There it is again
okay.
if you want to see a picture of it.
Yeah. So what? Oh, we got that video of Bob and I, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that, because actually we talked specifically why we like these for most people, particularly seniors, and why they're a little bit better than the average ones, where they have the grip on the forefoot. Are we ready, Danny?
I'm ready.
And that was
Click on
without a lot of use.
Yeah, right, it was not without a lot of use. And also the third problem with this is it does give you traction on the forefoot, but there's nothing on the heel.
Right, and if you look at these, should I show?
Yeah, let's go ahead, and here's the other ones that we actually recommend, and these are the Yak Tracks. Yeah, Yak Tracks, and they have, we have these rotating metal, what would they be called, diamond edges?
Yeah,
multiple edges.
the traction grippers.
Traction grippers, and they rotate, which keeps the snow off, by the way,
Sure,
from
kind of
accumulating.
self-cleaning.
Self-cleaning. You have it both on the front and the forefoot and the back of the foot on the heel.
And the heel, I think, is really important because most everyone strikes first with your heel and then you roll to your toe. So you get the push off, which is really important, but that heel strike is where you can slip out a lot of times.
Yep. And this rubber is a really good rubber. This is the one they've been using. Where's the one that they've been using for? Where is that?
What are you talking about?
Oh, the one that was. Oh, here it is.
Of course.
This is the one that my staff member has
I
been
hit it.
using. And they've been using this for a couple of years, and it's still in very good shape. It's a little rusted here,
Yep.
but these still rotate really well. The rubber's in good shape yet, and you can still get it on. You want to show how it goes on the boot?
So here, you'll put this on your winter boot. You could put it on your, like Bob has it, on his work boots. But it's
No,
very
I just have regular dress shoes. And I have
dress
on
shoes.
them,
That's what
yeah.
I meant to say. Which is, in your case, is your work,
Yeah.
work shoes. So you just simply go over the toe that way, and you stretch and go on that, and ta-da, it's done. You may have to align it slightly, but there you go.
Yeah, and what's
Ta-da!
nice about this, so you could keep it on your boots and just take your boots off and on, or you
Right.
can go ahead and slide it on your shoe,
Right.
and you're ready to go. Now they do warn you that you shouldn't really walk on tile with this because you could slip and fall, especially if it's wet.
Right. Or if you're in the house, if it's vinyl tile, you're probably going to scratch your vinyl.
Right.
Someone's going to get very upset.
Right, it would do damage to wood floors and everything. So,
Right.
but you certainly could walk into on a rug,
Right,
and then
sure.
slide the shoes off or slide the device off. This got 4.5 stars out of 5 on Amazon. I saw a lot of great reviews. A lot of people said it's amazing. They can. You just walk.
And we're back.
Whoa, there we are. Good. So that's the Yaktrax for the ice. Now, if you have a cane and you walk with a cane, it's slippery out. You can also get devices that fit on a standard cane. We'll get a picture up on the screen for you. They're quite inexpensive, and you can see it. It'll fit on the cane like I have here, or right there. You can flip it, and it locks in. So it'd be like a cane crampon. The spikes will dig into the ice, and then when you get inside the house, you don't want to dig up your floor. You simply fold it back. They work really well. It just takes a screwdriver to put it on and lock it on the cane, and so they're good for summer. Leave it on all year round if you'd like. So that's a good option for people with canes. I don't know if they make them for crutches. I'm pretty sure you can put them on a crutch if you'd like.
Yeah, they're similar sizes. The ends are. Crutches are more of a temporary thing.
Exactly,
It's not a
right.
long forearm crutch after a stroke or something. The next tip, do you want to talk about more assistive device things? Or
Yeah, we can go to the systems. First,
Okay.
we'll talk about some more devices to keep you upright and safe. And then we have a trick on how to walk on ice and slippery surfaces so that if you don't have the crampons, that'll keep you more stable and not falling outdoors. And particularly, we're going to talk about four-wheeled walkers right now. I was just at a big public event this weekend, and there were probably a dozen people using these. And the nice thing about a couple nice things, they're very stable. You can sit down on them. But as far as when you're in a crowded area, people notice you have a walker, and they will actually, most people anyways, will respect that and get out of the way and realize maybe you're not so steady. And that alone can be so helpful. If you're walking in a crowded atmosphere and your balance is a little unsteady, and it'll get more unsteady when there's all kinds of activities going on. Your attention gets focused right to the left. Turning your head can get you dizzy a little bit. That's when you want to have a stable person to walk with, and you're going to hold on to their arm, and they're going to help you, or it'll be the other direction. Have contact with someone that's stable. That's really important because so many times people fall as a result of these, the atmosphere being crowded, noisy, late, and whatnot. A lot of distractions.
Judy said, I found wearing one allowed me to walk outside and on tile when going to a store. I'm
Oh.
guessing that's Yaktrax.
Oh, the Yaktrax.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing. I don't know. She didn't really allude to what. Teresa asks, can one get too dependent on walking sticks and support? We are going to talk about walking sticks a little bit
Yeah.
here. Walking sticks, you actually can't put a lot of support through, just the way they are built. So they are a good option if you're worried about leaning too much on a walker, but a lot of it depends upon your balance. If you have pain in your legs, if you have things like neuropathy, because those can affect how much pressure you may put through your arms. But if you don't have those issues, try to depend upon your legs primarily, feel the weight through your feet, and just use these sticks as needed, more for safety in case you feel like you could lose your balance on uneven surface or slippery surfaces.
Yeah, these are not made for putting a lot of weight through. You can, but they're more just for a little steadiness as you walk. Plus, they give your arms exercises. And some people use them just because when they walk, they want more energy and get their arms moving. So the sticks can do that. Plus, you know, they're a little going to stabilize you as well. There is a lot to walking sticks as far as adjusting them, how to hold on to them properly, and the gait pattern. If you go to Bob and Brad on YouTube, I made a video very specific. It's about 15 minutes long, but you will learn everything you need to know about walking sticks on that. So watch that if you have walking sticks and you're not familiar with it, or you want to buy one. I did want to talk briefly about these walkers, which are very popular. They're mostly, I would say they're best for indoors. And if you see these tennis balls, if you see those on there and you wonder why they're on there, they work really good when you're on a smooth indoor dry surface. They allow the walker to move much more freely. Otherwise, when you have the rubber tip on there, the rubber tip has a tendency to stick. They chatter a little bit. It's harder to make turns. The big thing about these tennis balls is if you want to go outside with your walker, you can leave the tennis balls on there, but it's going to chew the tennis balls up very quickly. If it's in the winter time where it's dirty out there, they pick up dirt very easily. And then when you go back inside, you scratch the living, but your floor gets scratched up quite a bit, and that's not very a good thing. So
some people I know will have two walkers, one's outside, one's inside, so that way they don't have those issues. So
exactly.
if you are dependent upon this style, you know, for balance issues, because you can lean on those a lot more than the four-wheelers or rollators, as some people call them.
They're a little more stable, and obviously this is got wheels on the front. And I don't see, over the years, I have not seen a lot of people use walkers with 4 standard legs, because you have to pick it up every time and it's a lot more work. So people that have that, you probably do that because you're more stable, and that's your specific situation.
Yeah, one more kind of walking tip in general for outdoor stuff before we get into indoor tripping hazards, because Aurora has a good indoor tripping hazard to mention too, which we'll get to.
Okay.
So soft knee walking or forefoot walking can be beneficial for slippery weather. I know personally, if I'm on ice outside, I won't even pick my feet up. I'll just skate. I'll just slide my feet like this, because I don't feel like I'm going to fall. Because if you really lift up and then go forward, this is when you can fall, or other issues like that. Oh, our Facebook's doing something there, but anyway, sorry. I just saw that comment pop up.
I think that heel strike, because most people heel strike when they walk. And when that happens, your knee is pretty much locked out. You do not have a good feel for the surface you're on. And if it's ice, you're much more likely to slip out. If you come forward with your forefoot down first, you get a feel, your toes. That's where your toes are really good for his balance. You get a much better feel for the surface you're on. So you're going to come down on your forefoot. I personally, when I swim a lot and the floor is tile, when it's wet, it's a little slippery. So I am always forefoot walking when I'm on a wet tile floor that's slippery. Same thing in the ice. I'm forefoot walking. I slow down and really pay attention to what's going on with those feet below you, so that it's one of those things where if your feet slip out and you're not aware of it, maybe you're talking to someone, down on your hip you go. There could be a hip fracture.
Our YouTube stream is still here, but somehow it lost Facebook. It's trying to reconnect and let us know. So
the IT digital issues.
Hopefully we get back up there.
Yeah.
Chelsea, if you're still watching, let them know it's on YouTube. I don't know why it popped off. It's possible the stream is ended or deleted. If someone wants to check if it's on there. Anyway, we'll still keep going since we're on YouTube yet. Next, we're going to shift to indoor tripping hazards, and one of the most common ones is rugs. throw
Yeah.
rugs specifically, not necessarily big area rugs. Well, they can be, but more throw rugs.
Yeah. So we're talking about the rugs when you walk in the house. Maybe they're in the kitchen, in the bathroom, and you'll have a rug that's thick, nice and cushy, very pretty, nice to stand on, but they flip over easy. They are easier to get your toe snaggled up on, fall over. So we highly recommend get rid of your throw rugs unless you use a low profile rug like this one. We're getting close. It's tight. Everything is tight, low profile. There's no, cute fuzzies or anything like that on it. And the edge is rubber and tapered, so that when it's on the floor, it wants to stay down. The tendency, even if you catch it with your foot, if you have a little foot drop, it won't flip it up like this. I mean, it can happen, but they easily go back. That's the best type of rug you can use, particularly if you have any walking deficits, maybe your toes drag every now and then. So these are the best rugs I recommend if you're going to have a rug in the house.
Another thing to keep an eye on is your pets, because they can get in your way or leave toys or items or knock items down. So whether it's cats, dogs, snakes, reptiles, bunny rabbits, whatever you have.
Not everyone lives like you.
I only have a cat and a dog. Anyway, they can become problemsome. So make sure to have a nice clear path. Make sure to always be aware where they are. Maybe have areas where they can't get into in case you are feeling unsteady, things like that. Walking a dog can be a big issue too. If your dog is too big for you to control or you're older and have poor balance, sometimes they run when they see an animal or something and they'll pull you. I've worked with a handful of people that have had that and then broken something and needed surgery. So always kind of be aware of those things.
Yes, exactly. The same thing. I've either had people with shoulders that have been dislocated or injured as a result of the dog jerking them. I had one person, she just went right down on the floor and she did a face plant on the concrete.
Ooh.
Yeah, she didn't break anything, but she was sore.
Looks like-
And the dog, the dog was just being a dog, but it was
Yeah.
a bigger dog. She ended up getting a small dog.
Yeah. Looks like our Facebook stream is back. Sorry,
Oh,
Facebook.
good.
Something glitchy happened, but we've been here the whole time. Another thing to look at is clutter in the house. So not just from pets, but just having nice clear walkways. And then at night, also having night lights set up can be very beneficial, because oftentimes people, if they visually can't see it, it can impair their balance. If you are already fearful of falling, night lights can really help. And we actually had a commenter mention that Aurora says, became aware of hanging a towel on your oven doors can be problematic, because when you drop your oven door down, your feet can get tangled.
That's
Okay.
exactly what happens on ours.
Never would have thought about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Did you fall into the oven?
Not yet, but no, that's a good point.
Hansel and Gretel there. Anyway, other things too to be aware of is electrical cords, because nowadays we have so much electronics. We're always charging stuff. Cords are a pretty big tripping hazard. So if there's a cord that has to run across your floor for some reason, whether it's TV or computer, maybe get something to cover it up that you can walk over easily versus just the cord.
I want to go to a viewer here. It's Rhonda, and she says she's with Linda. That she's asking about the footwear that we are wearing. So I'll talk about mine first. We talked about being able to feel the floor with your feet can help your balance. What I have here are minimalist shoes. They're very thin soles. They're zero drop. In other words, the heel and the forefoot, the thickness of the sole is the same, so you don't get tight heel cords wearing them. And they're so thin, you really do get a good feel of what you're walking on, which is fine indoors. I personally, if I wear these outdoors, especially over maybe there's some gravel areas to walk on, or if walk down the road, they're so thin, you can feel all the little stones, and it can be irritating. I got Morton's Roma, which is a problem on my foot, and that irritates us. So I don't wear these. I bought them for running. I don't wear them for running. I actually wear a pair of shoes like Mike has. He can explain those.
So these are still zero drop. So the heel to the forefoot's the same height off the ground, but they have more cushioning. This is just an Amazon brand called Wittin, Whitin. These shoes are like $45. That's why I bought them. They're inexpensive. If you want to try zero drop wide toe box shoes it's a good way to start inexpensive brand, but just slowly wear them and adapt over time, especially if you have some type of foot issues like bunions, hammer toes, Morton's neuroma, plantar fasciitis. Sometimes they take time to get acclimated to them.
So unlike these are Merrells, and they're good.
Minimalist.
Yeah, minimalist. They're good quality shoes. They are made for running. They do cost more because they have to have really good solid soles that'll last.
Yeah, these I don't run in. I think these are marketed as running shoes, but I don't wear them for running. I wear Ultras, ALTRA, but they're like $150 just a heads
Right.
up. Like they're expensive.
So those are
Work.
cushioned, so you can walk anywhere, and you're not going to feel the
No,
little
they
stones.
just feel
that
like
grab.
normal shoes.
And we didn't talk about a lot, but the thing that both of these have that we like and promote for foot health is a wide toe box. You can see they have this weird shape. They're not tapered into a point like most shoes. Those shoes actually squeeze your forefoot, bring your toes pull close together. They can be a cause for bunions. They can also cause hammer toes when your toes get all scrunched up. These allow the forefoot to open up, and the muscles, the small intrinsic muscles in the forefoot and the toes, have an opportunity to work like they're supposed to, increasing circulation and allowing the foot to work like it's supposed to.
I mean, a couple of people comment that they have a cat, and Robe just got a kitten from the Humane Society, and they have the Zoomies. I know what it's like. I too have a 7-month-old kitten with the Zoomies.
Zoomies? What are you talking about?
When they sprint around the house all wild.
Oh, that's the Zoomies.
Yeah, it's called the Zoomies.
I thought there was some kind of new shoe you were talking
No,
about.
those are the Zombies. Well, someone wrote zombies on accident. I think that's just a typo, but yeah, they and then they also like to walk between your feet for some reason and right in your way. So,
Yeah, you got to be careful with those kitties.
Okay, on to a couple other scenarios. So in public or social events.
We talked about that.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah, we can go some more.
So it's more or less just not getting distracted.
Right.
Because oftentimes, if you know you have poor balance, you're walking, someone says hello, and you're still walking, and then you look, and then you might trip because you're not looking at the ground in front of you, or maybe you're just not steady with head turns. Some people get really tipsy when they turn their heads. So if you're in that scenario, try to stop and then acknowledge the person and come back. It's hard to think about in the moment, but it's just something to be aware of.
Now, if you've had vertigo in the recent past, and it's not 100% gone, that is a very common situation where the head turn can get you a little dizzy or get things off balance a little bit. You're not 100% taking care of your vertigo, and then that's a time where you need to stop and be aware and, maybe turn your trunk and your body a little more versus that head turn. And if you've had vertigo, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes turning either the right or to the left will set that spinning off, and it gets you very uncomfortable. And it might be a mild case yet. And that's where, you might think you're good enough to be in an area that's crowded. You got to be careful then.
Another thing too is always, if you're with someone that is steadier, maybe like a grandchild, that's an adult, not a little one. You can hold on to them for support. I remember we often did this with my grandmothers when they were alive, and steps, slippery surfaces, stuff like that. So just giving arm support if they're somewhat steady can be really beneficial for people. Or helping them out in the grocery store when they have to reach up high, because that can be hard and some people tip over.
Yep, I used to go shopping with my mother. It was a real treat,
Sense sarcasm
she would buy all kinds of food, and she couldn't use a stove, so it was always kind of fun. But she used to cook a lot when she was younger, so those memories were there. It was good. She was a good cook.
Okay. I don't really see many other questions.
Wow, there's some.
As Judy said, I heard feeling the surface allows for proprioception. Yeah, that's what it's called. When
there
you're
you go.
working on your balance, it's called proprioception. You have proprioceptors all throughout your body, in your joints, so they kind of react and give you that sensation feeling of the ground beneath you when you're standing. So yeah, that's a way to do it. Doing stuff barefoot will be more challenging and strengthen your feet as well. Some of these activities we're doing, you can do them in shoes. Maybe not bare socks if you're struggling with balance, because they can be slick on slick floors. So maybe grippy socks or slippers are fine. If you want to go barefoot and you feel comfortable, you certainly can.
Yeah. So we've got, I think, 10 specific exercises that you can do. And I wouldn't do all 10 of them. While we're doing them, I would recommend, if you feel safe and comfortable to do them by yourself, do them and find out. They'll probably just pick 2 or 3 that seem to fit your needs. It should be a little challenging, but you need to feel steady while you're doing them. And you'll see, recommend holding onto a countertop next to a wall, having a cane or a stick, and then we'll show you how to challenge yourself in a safe manner so you're not putting yourself at risk for a fall.
Some of these you can do reps, so you can do 10 to 20 reps on each. Some of them are more like a distance thing, so just pick a distance that you have in your house.
You mean repetitions?
Or repetitions or distance? Well, if you're walking, tandem walking,
I'm giving you a hard
you can
time,
only go so many
reps.
feet.
I remember when someone was talking about reps, and I didn't know what they were. It's like, oh, repetitions. I get
Reps,
it.
Short
Yeah,
term
I know.
abbreviations. All right. The first one is heel to toe walking. This is also a Dewey test. I have never had a Dewey or been pulled over for one, but anyway, I don't even drink.
What's a Dewey?
DWI.
Oh,
So they make you walk heel to toe, or like you're on a tightrope. It's a sobriety test, but it's also a good balance test for people that are struggling with their balance. So you can do it forward like I'm doing right now, or backwards. You can hold on to, I would suggest maybe going to the kitchen countertop and using it for support. This is a little low, but if you have a nice support laterally and then practicing this, some people are so unsteady, even with balance, they can't actually put one foot in front of the other exactly like this. So they may have to stagger a little bit initially until they get more comfortable with going heel to toe, because the narrower your base of support, the more challenging it will become. If you feel pretty confident doing this forward, then you can progress to doing it backwards as well. Oftentimes, if people have poor feeling in their feet, they may have to look down initially, but the goal over time is to try to just feel it through your feet, not look down, and then feel steady this way. If you are really struggling, maybe have someone hold on to you as well, or be next to you for support.
yeah. Can you get me over here, Tanner? So an option, if you don't have a countertop, there's usually a wall, and I like having something on both sides. So I'm going to use a cane and a wall. You can use like a booyah stick or a walking stick, and that really is a nice way to work this. And again, I like that what Mike mentioned. See if you can feel your heel touch your toe. That's going to help that's a proprioception we were talking about. And you got your hands here. And if you feel like, boy, I don't even need this, I would still go have something on both sides. I'm not touching the wall because I feel comfortable, but if I need it, it's there. I've got the cane. I can keep the cane above the floor an inch, and then you're really challenging yourself without any assistance. But if you do stumble or lose that balance, it's right there and you will not fall. So always be conservative, be safe, always have something on each side of you. And if you're the type of person that walks around without anything, maybe that's a little more conservative than you want. Use good judgment. We don't want any falls.
The next one to work on is single leg stand. So this, again, hold on to support. This is challenging for a lot of people. So you have one foot down, lift one foot up. If I have one foot here and it's touching my other foot like this makes it a lot easier. I don't know if you can zoom in, Tanner. It's probably hard for them to kind of see. So if you're touching the other foot, but my foot's up, this is a lot easier than having it apart. And having it down here is a lot easier than bringing your foot way up here. So that's kind of a progression to make it more challenging. Again, hold on to support, maybe do one hand, maybe progress to fingertips for support on something. If you feel comfortable, you can try to go just one leg and shoot for time. You can do 10 seconds, 15, 30. You can go up to a minute if you want. Make sure to do both sides. If you have some sort of issue, the one side may be more challenging. To make this easier or harder, again, you can wear shoes. You can go barefoot. You can even have the surface be compromised if you are maybe a little more agile and you feel good by standing on a pillow, a foam pad, something that is just not as sturdy as the ground. Will make it a lot more challenging if you find this easy.
There you go. Now, if there's any concern at all, again, thinking conservatively, have a clear corner that you can back into. at an angle, and that gives you a lot of assistance, particularly to right, left, or behind you. The wall is there. You're working the balance, just like Mike's talking about. If you have walking sticks, that's a great way to do it. You got the corner there. The sticks are in front of you. You can take one stick off. You can see I'm starting to wobble a little bit, both. And then if I need them, they're right there. So you're safe or going back like that. I do really like the idea. If you're feeling very comfortable and you want to progress, this will help proprioception. A pillow, like Mike said, they work okay, or a cushion. This is Pete's choice if you want to get something that's specifically made for this. They're soft. I use mine for a lot of things. I kneel on it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
working.
stretch with mine. I kneel on it a lot. It's kinda handy.
Yeah. So that's not just for balance. You can use them to sit. You take them to a football game on a cold stadium, aluminum bleacher.
Yeah.
These are nice. But if you look at that, Tanner, yep, go right down there. And I got my minimalist shoes on, so this makes my ankle work. Proprioception's getting increased as well as being challenged. Ankle muscles, which is really important for balance, is being challenged. You know, if you can take this foot and put it here, that is a kind of a common position to hold your foot so it stays steady. Always have a slight bend in your knee with all this. We don't want to do any of these exercises with a locked knee. That's going to really decrease your balance. Little bend. Again, the balancing stick's working good. So the goal is up to 30 seconds. If you can stand for 30 seconds like this, you're definitely well above average. So, but again, if you're doing this, stay in the corner, be safe, enjoy the rest of the day that way.
Diane has a question about a Bosu ball. Can you use it-
Basu.
Bosu ball.
I call them Basu.
I call them Bosu.
Bosu.
They're called Bosus.
They're a great tool. Great
yeah,
tool.
for practicing balance, 2 feet and 1 foot. Yeah, for people that don't know what a Bosu ball is, it's like a half a
Do we
ball.
don't have one here anymore, do we?
No, we don't have one here.
We
could
used to have
probably
one.
Pull a picture up of one. They're a half ball, and then it's flat. And the flat part is black plastic normally, or a color. And then you can stand on it the normal way. So you stand on the ball side of it. You can do both feet. You can do 1 foot. You can do, I have people do exercises on them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Any things we're showing, you can do squats on them. Oftentimes people have to hold on to something for support that's a little taller and fixed when they're doing it. More athletic younger people, we will invert it and put the dome on the bottom, and they stand on the plastic, and makes it way more challenging, but that's pretty high level.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if Chelsea's watching. She could maybe throw a picture up. There are videos. We have only a couple videos of the Basu ball. Bob and I did them quite a few years ago, but the
There we go.
exercises are all good. So yeah, if that's an option, you want to be more advanced, or you are more advanced and you want to be challenged, it's a great tool. You can do all kinds of things with them too as well.
Janet says too long of pant legs can cause tripping. Yes.
Oh, good point.
Yes.
That's right. That's why.
Make sure you buy the right length or get them hemmed up. Or
Well,
whatever
I
you call
think
it.
the new in style is high waters. We used to call them high waters back in the
Oh, yeah.
70s, where it'd go above your ankles so that,
Yeah.
because when the rain
I
comes.
get 3/4 length, I think is what they're called now.
Oh, yeah.
technically.
Okay. Or there's another name for them. I can't
Yeah, I
remember.
don't
Capris or something like
know.
that. Yeah, capris.
Shin showers, I'll call them. Next is standing leg or side leg raises, hip abduction.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a standing exercise again. It's going to combine single leg stance as well as some hip strengthening on the outer aspect of the hip. So you're going to stand tall, hold on to support as needed. One leg that is stationary is going to be slightly bent, not squatting. And then you're going to kick out to the side while keeping your pelvis nice and neutral. Make sure you're controlling your leg out and back, and you're going to take your time. You can do 10 repetitions or more if you're able to. The benefit of this exercise is the leg that is standing is working the same muscle group, so you're getting a double whammy. So you're strengthening both legs at the same time. If you don't need support, you don't have to hold on. You could certainly add resistance with a little loop band.
The double
or-
whammy, is that good or bad?
No whammy, no whammy. I don't know, in the whammy game, it's not good. But anyway, double whammy, it's good.
Yeah. So we have this. This is an option with resistance. You can use the short loop
Yep.
like that, or you can use a band with the handles like this. This is a little more advanced because more balance is required. So this is a little more advanced. So actually, both of them are.
Yeah.
And this one, because you're holding this, it's hard to hold on to a wall. So this is much higher level, because that one you could hold on to
something yet.
wall, countertop, or whatever.
And with a band like this, above my knee here is going to be easier than putting it in my ankle because it's going to be more challenging. You know, the lever arm principle, but anyway, I digress.
No, that's a good point, actually.
So this is going to be more challenging than up by the knee. Again, make sure you're keeping your toe pointed straight ahead. You're not letting it go off to the side. Make sure your body is in an upright position and you're not swaying.
Right.
If you're swaying to get more height, just keep your height and do less distance, and eventually try to work on getting more motion.
Yeah, these muscles are really important for a stable gait. People who have weak hip abductors will have that Trendelenburg or that wobble gait. There, so you get this kind of a back side to side motion with the trunk. I did want to mention with this, if you're going to use bands for abduction strengthening, definitely wear shoes. The bands stick better. But look at my right foot one, Stanner. If I don't keep my toe pointed forward, this is what happens. Comes right off. So that makes it a little more difficult, a little more advanced, but it forces you to keep your toe forward, and that's the way it's supposed to be anyway. So it's kind of nice. So there you go.
Ankle pants, someone called them.
Ankle pants. Oh, that's a good one. I can remember that.
Our next one, exercise number 4 of 10 to try, are heel toe raises. A standing variation of this is going to be a lot harder than a seated version. So what you're going to do is hold on to support. You can do this at the railings, at the wall, countertop. I'll just do it at the railings here. You're going to go up on your toes first. You're going to do both feet together. And then you're going to rock back and go on your heels so your toes come up. Notice I'm having good posture, straight posture throughout. Sometimes when people go back, they shoot their butt back like this. Yes, you're engaging your front shin muscles, but you're not doing it correctly. You're going to get more resistance keeping in a nice straight line like this. So try to go 10 each way. I would just stick with double if you have poor balance. You can progress this to single, but it's quite challenging.
If you want to do a little more advanced, or again, into the corner of the wall is a great way, especially when you do. I'm using the Pete's Choice
Looks like
just
you're
for
skiing.
yeah. Well, yeah, because it's all good. Actually, this would be good for if you're a skier and you want to get ready for the winter. But I'm going to pull back, and when you pull your toes up, really increases your ability or your chances of losing your balance going backwards. So that's why it's really nice to have a chair behind you or the corner of the wall, just like this when you do that, and then back up. But this is a really nice basic exercise that really helps both balance and ankle strength. Again, the option is with a cushion. Again, you don't need it. Big difference. All right, let's go to the next one.
The next one, someone asked heel toe raises. What if I have tibialis issues? I don't know. I'm guessing you mean tibialis anterior. That's your front shin muscle.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, if they're weak, you can do them seated and like try to help using a cane or using something else. I don't know if you mean they're just weak or they bother you, because if they're weak, you just want to strengthen them more and work on your motion. Obviously, if you had like a tibia fracture, that's a little different, but I'm not sure exactly what the issue is.
Right. Yeah.
If you have shin splints, I mean, you got to let them rest a little bit, but stretching and strengthening them is important because they're weak and not used to being used. Miss Judy, that was her name. Someone else asked the benefits for balance of infrared sauna. I have no idea.
I'm familiar.
Oh, what were you saying?
Yeah, I'm familiar with those a little bit, but yeah, the question, the bottom line is, does it help with balance at all? And I have never heard of any benefits of balance with infrared.
Yeah, you have to kind of practice and work on.
Yeah, it's a different system of the body, and someone can chime in if you've heard of some solid information that shows infrared helps with your balance. I would say pretty comfortably no.
TS is wondering about stability board wobbles. Having 2 sticks help to practice balance. Yeah, wobble boards are fine. There's lots of variations of wobble boards. I think we just got rid of ours, didn't we? Didn't someone borrow it?
Yeah. As a matter, it's not out there anymore.
I can go look quick.
We had a really nice wobble board, but one of our staff members needed it for an ankle problem, so we loan our stuff out.
Yeah, it's
So,
gone.
It's gone. Okay, yeah, but yeah, if you can look up, there's wobble boards available. They work out really well for stability, ankles, range of motion, strength, and balance.
Yeah, they're kind of fun. I have a different type one at home. That's fun. but-
Hillary,
Next, we are on marching in place.
Yeah, exercise number 5. Again, try these if you think it's something's going to be good for you. There you go. Just put it down right on a piece of paper, put it in your cell phone.
So marching
Um,
in place is just what it sounds like. You're just marching. So you're going to work on hip flexion with the one leg while standing on the other leg. And then alternate, because alternating, you have to work on weight shifting from side to side. Try to keep your balance. The higher you bring this leg, the more challenging it'll be. The slower you go and the more you hold it, the more challenging it'll be. You can tell by this, I actually have to work on it, work on some balance aspects versus this. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm just kind of
shuffling.
yeah.
Yeah, actually does not. Yeah, this is what we want.
So we're going to march. You can do 10 on each side. You can work up repetitions. Hold on as you need. If it's too easy, you do not have to hold on. But it's just another kind of hitting global hip strengthening as well as a bunch of single leg standing.
Again, another perfect one to do in the corner. And Mike has done a really good job of explaining slow, controlled motion, and really take your time with it. This is one of those exercises that across the board is great for your ability and your ability to go up and down steps as well, because you're doing the exact same motion. If you have any a 1 weak hip where you maybe get a toe catches on the stair in front of you, everyone has experienced that loss of motion or loss of balance.
Our next exercise is more of a strengthening one versus necessarily a standing balance one, but sometimes people are weak. Their balance can be affected too. So instead of saying a squat, we're just going to say sit to stands. Most people have much better mechanics when they're just practicing getting up and down from a chair. Your level of strength will depend upon how you do them. If you need to use armrests, scoot to the edge of the chair, lean forward, knees over toes, and then push up forward like this, come back down, reach back, sit slow. If you need to use your arms, that's how you would do it. Make sure you have a wide base of support so your feet are nice and far apart, a lot easier than having your feet together. Again, if this is too easy, you can progress to using just one arm. Make sure you're sitting down slow. That seems way too easy. You don't have to use your arms. We just want to make sure you can descend down properly, because this is normally where people get weak, or they get partway down and then their legs kind of give out and they just fall. So make sure you can control it. If you plop when you go down, maybe start and then reach back just to make it more controlled. If that's easy, you can certainly just touch the seat and go up and do squats this way.
Yeah. And I've had people come into the clinic, they're, 50s, 60s, or 70s, and they've been sitting down, and without even knowing about it, they just plop down because it's a habit. They've been doing it for years and it hasn't been a problem. So then we always make sure that I would always tell my patients, this is a no plop zone. If you're going to sit down, you're going to sit with good control, strengthen those legs, and be stable.
If you're too weak, you can put a pillow underneath you or cushion to make you higher. You can also pick a higher surface. Maybe you have a recliner that tilts up more. You can just go higher surface. Makes it a little bit easier. Beatrice asked, how often per week should we do these exercises?
Good.
I think a good rule of thumb is if you can do these 3 times a week, but maybe not in consecutive days, try that. A lot of it depends upon your schedule and what you have time for and what you will stick to. I wouldn't necessarily, you don't have to do all 10. You can pick which ones you feel like are the most beneficial for you. Maybe just pick 3, stick to those. If you are motivated, want to do all 10, do all 10. That's fine. It's just more or less what issues you have and how much time you have.
Right. That's a good question. I think Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is a good place to start. Give your body some time between the days, especially when you first get started. If you've been doing these for a few weeks, 3 times a week, and you want to add, say, 4 or 5 times a week, that's okay. Cut down on the repetitions maybe and see how your body responds. But once you get broken, you'll learn your body and you'll feel comfortable after doing these for a few weeks.
Your number 4 and number 7 are the same. So
Yeah,
we'll go on
there
to
we
the
go.
next one. Now it's only 9 exercises. Tree pose, that's a hard one.
Oh, I went into that one a little bit already. So we'll review that. That sit to stand, I think, is probably one of the most important exercises out of all 10. If I were to pick one, they're all important, but that one really works the legs and the hips, the balance, everything into one. Oh, sorry.
I think
Right
one
on
thing
there.
I kind of forgot to mention during single leg stance, if you really struggle with standing on one leg, I was going to mention, I forgot. Like this is hard, even with support, you can't really do it. What you can do is like a modified single leg stance. So I'm still standing on my back leg, but my right leg is supported by a step, and then you have railings here. I'm putting more weight through this leg, and you can just stand like this for 30 seconds, and then you can try and switch and do the opposite.
And one way to progress with that, if you're starting to feel comfortable, is simply put your foot up on the next step up. It makes it a little harder. Some people that will be too much, so only do if you feel comfortable.
Yeah,
But
and I'm keeping my weight through this. You'll know because if you're putting your weight through this leg on the step, you'll lean forward too much. So make sure your foot's still on the back leg because the goal is to try to mimic. single leg
yeah,
standing.
steps are a wonderful tool. If you have them in your house with handrails, yeah, they're great for exercises. And we do have videos on a number of. We should do another video on like 10 exercises on steps, maybe 20.
Someone had a question about bone density. We actually just had a video about bone density come out, Catherine. So we will link that for you. It's not specifically on spine, but it's bone density. So
Yeah, and boy, that one's got a
Relates to
lot of
that.
hits. We actually got a new therapist, and she's a doctor in therapy, expert on this. She did an excellent job demonstrating and talking about exercises.
yeah, Adrian, and she's coming later today to film more videos.
There you
so,
go. What about
tree
the
pose.
tree pose?
So the tree pose, is this your tree pose? This one?
Well, yeah, you could do that, or like I said, where
What's your
you
tree?
wrap your foot
Oh,
around the
that way.
back of the thigh. That's
Gotcha.
a little. This is harder than this for most people. To be honest with you, I had very few people over the age of 65 do the tree pose.
I've never.
Normally, just one foot up and
Yeah.
hanging on to something with both hands
It's
or
normally enough.
in the corner. The tree pose is advanced, but we have younger people here or some older people that really are active in that tree pose. I would again corner the wall and see if you can do it. This is really, you can see I'm working right now on my ankles. If I put the cushion down with the tree pose, I think Ed did that before. Definitely,
I think your arms are the branches.
I
don't know.
guess so.
I guess if I had hair, it'd be the leaves. I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway, next one is just weight shifting. So this is really lower level, I would say.
Well, not necessarily.
How are you doing?
Well, when you're just sidestepping is a form of weight shifting.
Oh, well, that.
So
okay.
with a cupboard in front of you, and this can lead into exercises for a more advanced individual. If you just out and then back, so you're weight
Sure.
shifting to the right.
I call that a side lunge, but okay.
Yep,
Got it.
exactly. So it's kind of, I was doing these yesterday because I'm trying to get ready for some hiking in the woods. And I found out I was not as in shape as I want. So I thought I got to start doing some lateral motion, because when you're walking on uneven surfaces, if you plan on hiking where there's not a concrete surface, actually woods or a trail, this can be a really nice exercise because it works the ankles more, it works the side muscles, and it helps your balance right to left, not just going forward.
Yeah. And our last one is step ups.
Step ups.
So I was on a
Again,
step-
this is where you can really take advantage of your stairs.
So the steps, you're going to take whatever leg. You're going to do both legs. So bring one foot on the step. I'm going to work my right one, and I like to step up, keep that right leg there, and then step back down. Use the railings as you need for support. This is going to build some strength and balance, and try to control it when you go back down. Oftentimes people will pull up really hard with their arms, and then as they go back down, they just fall down. We want to try to strengthen the leg here. If you need to use your arms because it's too weak, then certainly grab and pull as you need and try to use your arms. Over time, as you get stronger, you want to try to progress to not pulling as much. So maybe go to one arm and then maybe go to no arms if it's tolerable for you. And then make sure to do both sides. So you can do 5 to 10 repetitions on each side. And it's just a good strengthening exercise.
All right. Yeah, those steps are just a great way. And we've got some other stretching. Why don't you show them? Because that one person talked about anterior tib problems, just a way to stretch the calf muscles using the steps.
Oh, yeah. You can just stand on the edge of the steps. So the ball of my foot is remaining there, and I'm holding on to the railings. And then you just drop your heels down like this, and you can hold a stretch here 15 to 30
Right
seconds.
here's that stretch.
And then take a little break when it starts to become too tight. If you notice one side's tighter than the other, you can certainly weight shift on here. So this one's straight, this one's bent. I'm getting a lot more stretching through my right calf right now. And then you can switch and do the other side after a while.
And if that's too advanced because you're hanging off the edge of the steps, simply do show them the normal wall stretch we call it, or you're not going against the wall on this, but
No, I'm just using railings for support. So my back leg is straight behind me. My heel is down. That's the important part. And then lean forward. The more you lean forward, the more stretch you will feel. That will dictate how far back your back leg goes. You can also stretch your other calf muscle by simply bending your knee a little bit and then leaning forward. You're going to feel it in a different area. But make sure to do both sides.
all right. So I want to answer this question from Catherine. We talked about this a little bit, but she said if there's top 3 exercises that we went through that would help with bone density in the spine, I'm going to say one of them is going to be the marching in place. For sure that you got weight bearing going through the legs, the hip, as well as the spine. Now, this is an interesting thing. If you feel comfortable with this, and I'm going to actually take this from Dr. Trino, that
Adrian.
stomp down, which is really weird, but she said this is something she does with her patients. And you get a little more impact. Now, you're not going to stomp hard like you're trying to, smush a bug or an insect. We're just within comfort level, so it doesn't hurt. It's just a little bit of impact, and it goes through the bones up and through the spine. So you can do the marching. If that feels good, you can add a little stomp. Again, not trying to bash things really hard. So that would be one. The other one I would suggest. What happened to that chair? It's way over there. Is with the chair, or if you don't need it, is simply squats like this. And then the other one I would do is up on the toes and rocking back on the heel. Again, in the corner, I think is a great place to do it. And that helps get the muscles in the foot. This is specifically for the spine. Again, the stomping or the squats, I think, is the most beneficial. This would be 2, but boy, you got to start and you got to have strength all the way from the foot up into the spine. So those would be the top 3 of the exercises we demonstrated today.
Well, that's kind of it for all the balance issues. We got some questions that don't really pertain to balance necessarily.
Well, you can give it a shot unless it's really out in the weeds.
TKs is kind of hard to answer. Issues in the balls of my feet are very sore at the end of the day. If I go for a walk or I'm on my feet all throughout the day, it could be your footwear. I don't know how you stand and how you walk without personally seeing you. You kind of have to, I don't know if you have high arches or low arches. I would suggest maybe checking out our interview with Dr. Ray McClanahan, who's a podiatrist, on our YouTube channel. We could link it here for you because he's much more of an expert with foot issues than we are. But he talks about naturally strengthening your feet up and different issues modern footwear can cause. I don't know exactly without seeing you in person how to answer it, but I'll give you some general guidelines.
I would be willing to bet from my experience with it. Again, like Mike's saying, we don't know by this little information, but if I was willing to bet, I would say your footwear is too tight in the forefoot. Get some wide shoes, or you use Crocs. I know that because my forefeet bother me. And when I wear my Crocs, which I do in the summer a lot, tremendous difference. And now I'm starting to wear like some dress wear. Over the weekend, I wore my dress shoes because I had to go out and look a little nicer. My feet were killing me, especially in the forefoot, because they're tight shoes. I get these shoes on or my Crocs, makes such a big difference. And it's just a matter of wearing them on a regular basis.
Miss Judy says best weight transferring exercises with older people in dance classes, but they don't seem aware of transferring weight. It's hard sometimes to teach people new things when they're not coordinated with it. I mean, I think the sidestepping one you were kind of doing earlier shows you how to shift weight laterally pretty well.
I think the marching one with good slow motion control is another good option. And walking kind of heel to toe.
So this is actually an exercise for Parkinson's people. But what you do is you shift weight forward with your arm and then you rock back. So you're actually
Oh.
shifting with arm swings. If people are unsteady, then you hold on to something for support, which can be a chair next to them, and you would just do one side. But oftentimes, my front foot is up as I'm back, and then my heel comes up as I go forward. It's actually part of a different type of program, but this is a good weight shifting.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea.
Yeah. So,
Good job.
yeah. Anyway, that's about wrapping it up for today. We will be back next week at 10 a.m. Central Time, and we are talking about how to stay relaxed, pain-free, and warm this winter. 12 best options.
Right. It's one of those videos we don't do a lot, but it is going to show some nice things to do to keep you comfy, warm, and put a smile on your face.
And make sure to check out the 14 Days of Giving starting November 23rd. Every day we're giving something away for 2 weeks. So sign up for your chance at bobandbrad.com to win that as an option, and stay tuned for Black Friday deals coming up because
Ooh.
we have some major discounts.
Yeah, so November 23rd, that's Sunday. So Sunday, you can look on Bob and Brad and see what the first day of the 14 Days of Giving, what we're going to give away, the gift or the product. So should be a nice deal. I don't think we can get in on it. Yeah, we're out.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna sign up every day.
Yeah, let me check
10
that mustache.
No,
I'm gonna
it's
give
real.
it a
It's
triple.
real. Okay, thank you for watching.
All right, have a good day.